Yo, motherfucking yo, gang. We here standing on motherfucking principle, standing on purpose, standing on principle, standing on purpose, standing on pure unconditioned consciousness. When we stand on that, when I say stand on that, what does that mean? When I say stand on P, I'm talking about pure unconditioned consciousness, pure awareness. And an analogy for that is like ice dropping in a cup of water. Dissolve your whole being into that. Yes, I'm still talking concepts, but if you understand this concept, is the last fucking concept you ever need to really understand. But here's the trick. That's what the mind does. To relate things, we use language. And when we use language to differentiate one thing from another, we have to create concepts. And when you're differentiating one thing from another, that's the fucking ego. That is the mind. This is what we're here to talk about. You want to talk about an ego death? I've heard the concepts of what people call an ego death, and maybe they, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they killing a part of they personality that was like acidic, should I say? Killing a part of their perception that was acidic and wasn't healthy towards their so-called growth. Maybe that's what it is, right? Maybe that's what it is when people talk about ego death. I'm not talking about the same thing. And I'm going to be quite honest. As long as you exist, you don't ultimately exist in the human body. The human body ultimately exists in you as pure unconditioned consciousness. But let's take it down a notch, right? As long as you exist in a human body, you're going to have a fucking ego. Whoever that is, just hit the like button. Appreciate you. As long as you exist in a human body, you're going to have a fucking ego. The ego is used to identify. Even all the enlightened beings, the spiritual sages, and all of these people can still differentiate a fucking fork from a spoon. That's what the ego is said to do. That's what the ego is said to do. But their backdrop, it's all about the backdrop wisdom, the backdrop knowing that I am that. Twat tamasi. I am that. That's where you place your identification in. If you're placing your identification as heavy, let's say heavy with emotional attachment. I am a woman, I'm a man, I am this high spiritual being, and I don't fuck with low vibrational beings. I am this super supreme spiritual leader. I'm this boss bitch. I'm a boss nigga. If your identity is placed heavy in that, that is the ego death that needs to take place. I am my ancestors and my ancestors this and that. Yes, I get the concepts. I get it. But you are beyond that. All those concepts borrows their existence from you, pure unconditioned consciousness. Just as the moon borrows its light from the sun. There is no light from the moon without the light from the sun. Appreciate you, Bram, for just subscribing, right? There is no separateness. There is no existence without you, pure, unconditioned consciousness. This is where your identification needs to be placed. This is why Sri Maharashi says, question who is that I. When I say I don't like black people, I don't like white people, I don't like Donald Trump, who is that I? The more you inquire this I, it does the same thing a piece of ice does when you place it inside of the glass of water. It disintegrates and it becomes one with its original source. See, we get caught up in concepts and we identify ice as something separate from fucking water. It's the same thing. It's under the illusion that it's different because it has a different name, a different form, and a different functionality. But we give it that name, form, and functionality. And this way is how you create your reality. And this way is how you create your reality. I need you to understand how simple advanced spirituality is. All you need to do is break through the concept. That's why I push Cosmic P, the cosmic principle. I have focused and learned, and I was just talking to my woman about this earlier. What I have done is, my whole life, even when I was in the gang banging shit, I fell in love with gang banging based on the principles. When I was heavy on guns, learning about different guns, how to put together and break down guns, the different calibers of guns, the different types of guns. I was learning about the principles. I don't know how every fucking thing works in detail, but if I understand the principles, guess what? I already got this shit down packed. I can put this shit together if need be. But we take heavy identification with the concepts. We latch on our identity to concepts. This is why marketing works so goddamn good on human beings. Because we fucking predictable. We want something to attach ourselves to. We want concepts to attach ourselves to. Because we feel like we are nothing without concepts. So the same thing has carried over into spirituality. If I tell you you are already that, you are not fighting to get out of the matrix. The matrix doesn't exist. The matrix is your mind. You need to deconstruct the mind. You need to get an understanding of the mind. And there's nothing for you to do. There is no spiritual journey. If I tell you that, you're still going to want to do something. It's like, no, but I need to do something. I got to do something. I got to do something. Especially in America, where we value ourselves off of productivity. And ultimately, if you got to work for something to gain something, ultimately in the end, what's going to happen? You're going to lose it. But if you come to realization that you are already that which you think you are seeking, how can you lose it? Because you're already it. Anything that you can gain will ultimately be lost. I need you to understand that it's so simple. I promise you, it's so fucking simple. I'm not saying that it's easy. I'm saying it's simple because we're not trained to think in this way. We live in a so-called time where everything is about productivity. So you bring that shit over here to spirituality. When it's all about knowledge of self, knowing thyself. And the self is, you're already yourself. You already know that I am. Peace, Felipe, all the way in Brazil. You already know that you are this. You already come pre-packaged, understanding that I am, I exist. What did Bram say? Impermanence. Right. You already come knowing that you are and that you exist. No one can take it away from you. No matter how much spiritual practices you do, or how much spiritual practice you don't do, it can't be taken away from you. You put yourself under the illusion that if you're not doing all of these spiritual practices, you are not advancing. And the ultimate illusion is there is no advancing. You are everything that you could ever be and always will be and not be. You are that already. My niggas, my wiggers, my whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. This is the ego death. The ego creates multiplicity, inherent equal value of everyone. Facts, Bram. I like you, Bram. Hopefully you stick around, Bram. Bram coming in understanding this shit. Peace, Race 636. What's happening, my dog? Call me P Pusher. We just talking about a real deal true ego death. Real deal true ego death is stop seeing dualistic in reality, in yourself. All right? I'm outside live at Walmart right now because it's just coming over me. This is the real true ego death. We attach ourselves to too many fucking concepts. We attach ourselves to too many fucking concepts. And we create this illusion of stages. There is no stages. Everything that you are, you already are. There's nothing else to be gained. You are gained itself. Right now. Not tomorrow. Okay, on the overnight grind. Okay. Dig that, bro. May the force be with you, my nigga. You are already it. You are the force. Ray 636 is the force. Bram is the fucking force. You are the force. There's no separateness in the force. There's not a 33-degree force. It's just force. Pure, raw force. That's why we say pure, unconditioned consciousness. That's what you are. You're pure awareness. Place your identity there. Like I said, it's just like taking an ice cube and placing it in a cup of water. It ultimately dissolves back into it. This is how you kill the ego. You question it. Anytime I say, I don't like this, or I love this, or I am this and I am that, who is this I? Just have an inquiry about that. Like, damn, who, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't even need to be a literal out the mouth question every goddamn time. Who is this I? And ultimately that I will start to dissolve in the water. Because what is it? The ice cube I'm talking about represents, the ice cube that I'm talking about represents the ego. The ego comes from it is the same source. It just needs to dissolve back. We think that the ice cube is different because it has a name, a form, and a function. But the ice cube is fucking water. This is what liberation is. This is what enlightenment is. You're seeing that there's no separation. This is what the ego death is. You're seeing this is what the destruction of the mind is. The mind, the ego, one goddamn thing. It's what's creating the duality and the illusion that you're suffering. All connected. That is not the funniest thing always. You are connected to your annoying neighbor. Know what facts! You are very connected because it's just like the dream. You, yourself, the dreamer, go to sleep, have a dream. Your grandmother's in your dreams, cats is in your dreams, dogs is in your dreams, aliens in your fucking dream, and the best weed you ever smoked is in your dream. But check this out. Are you not the creator of that dream? So is everyone in that dream not you? Ultimately, it's you. But you see in different forms and functions of them in that dream. But ultimately, it's you. Why is it not the same in this reality? Who says that there's a fucking difference? Zero, my Mexico hero. You see what I'm saying? What's the difference? What's the fucking difference? There's no difference from the dream and this. You are the creator, literally. But who's the creator? The mind. So your mind is creating suffering. Your mind is creating the concepts. Your mind is creating the separation. Your mind is making you think that you need to do a whole bunch of spiritual shit to get to some ultimate fucking level that don't even fucking exist. I'm telling you my journey, bro. I'm telling you my goddamn journey. All of these fucking concepts don't do shit but add more layers to you for you to identify with if you're not careful. If you're not careful that this is a play, that this is a game, that this is a dream. If you're not careful, you're going to learn more spiritual concepts to attach yourself to. And that is the ego. The ego and the mind creates thoughts, and off of those thoughts, they create counter thoughts. And off of those counter thoughts, you create actions. And those actions, you see what I'm saying? It's a fucking cycle, which they call samsara. This is how you get out of motherfucking samsara. This is how you get out of fucking reincarnation. Stop identifying. I'm not saying walk around and walk up on people. I'm not a man. I'm not a woman. I am nothing. I am pure beingness. No, that needs to be the backdrop of your understanding of the reality. You don't have to share it. You continue to move through life the same way. What did Lord Krishna say about Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, the knower of the field? Arjuna. The one who has knowledge of self knows that he does no action. Nature does all the action. Nature does everything. Prakriti does every fucking thing. You not doing shit. What is the 42 laws of Maya? I have not sinned. I have not stolen. I have not, I have not this. I have not that. You have done nothing. You as pure unconditioned consciousness don't do a goddamn thing. You don't. It's all nature. And what is that doing? If you want to get into some concepts, what they're doing is actually your astrology chart. That's what I've come to understand. That is the karma of the body and the mind. It's going to work itself out. Why do you think this shit can be so fucking accurate? Why do you think this shit is so fucking accurate? That's the karma of the body and mind. Now, I will not tell you not to know astrology, not to study astrology. What I tell you is to understand what it is laying out, what it is saying. I do not need for you to be like, oh, today is fucking Venus Day. I didn't rub my red shirt. That's why I got a fucking ticket. Oh, today is Venus Day. I need to do my fucking ritual. If I don't do my ritual, my day will be bad. Or if I do my ritual, my day will be great. That's called attachment and identification with it. Oh, I'm a Cancer, so I cannot do this. That's called attachment and identification, and you are locking yourself in the matrix. You are doing it. Don't turn around and look at your boss and blame him. Don't blame your job. Don't blame your mama because they didn't teach you. I'm talking to advanced niggas here. What Zero say? You are the director of your reality. If you have great beliefs, everything will be like that. Facts. Zero say, thank you for this, my Gnosis. You really helped me to get to this point. Nah, real shit. You got to understand, Zero. What's the real reality of this, Zero? Only you exist. You have created me in your reality. I have created you in my reality. I have created you. The mind has created you. Your mind has created me. I am nothing but you. Nothing but you. So, if we understand what the problem of the ego here is the attachments of names, form, and functions. If we're talking about jewelry, here's a very common analogy used amongst the Advaita and Vedantas, right? We're talking about jewelry. No jewelry is different. Yes, Name, form, and function may be different. You might have a necklace. You may have a gold necklace. You may have a gold ring. You may have gold earrings. You may have gold teeth. You may have a gold necklace. But what the fuck is the common denominator? Gold. Everything is gold. There is no separation. So you can know all the jewelry. You don't need to know it deep in detail. You know the principle. What's the founding principle of all jewelry in this sense that we're talking about? The founding principle in all this jewelry that we're talking about is what? Gold. There is no separation. The only separation that we see is the name, form, and function. A necklace, or earring, a bracelet, a watch. You think they're separate, but they're the same fucking thing. All the contents. Without gold, there would be no jewelry. Without consciousness, there would be no mind. There would be no ego. There would be no existence, no reality. There would be no me. There would be no you. But you get some people who come into tradition and just like the gods, right? So this jewelry represents the gods. So now people worshiping gold necklaces over here. Then over here, they worshiping gold rings. Then over here, they worshiping gold teeth. And over here, they worshiping gold bracelets. Oh, yeah, we the realists over here. We the gold bracelets. And this is our tradition. This is what we do with bracelets. This is what we do with this. And this is what we do with that. If you don't do this and do that, you're not a part of our culture, or you're a violation of our culture. Or matter of fact, you're a sinner. Okay? They've taken identification with the name, form, and function. And they've created a system around it. I'm making it simple. That's the only thing that's happening here. But then comes along a person who has self-realization, like a Buddha or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a Swami Vivekananda. You know what I'm saying? Like a Papaji. Like a Swami Maharashi. Like a Ashtakava, a Sankarya. I'm like, well, in reality, all of this shit is nothing but gold. You only attaching yourself to a gold bracelet. You attaching yourself to gold earrings. You attaching yourself to gold watches and gold rings. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. That's the ego. Finding things to latch its identity onto because it does not want to die. It does not want to dissolve back into its source, which is pure consciousness. That is spirituality in a fucking nutshell. That's the human mind in a fucking nutshell. That's why I say marketing and advertising is so fucking easy. Because they know human beings want to latch on to a concept. Why do you think Louis Vuitton wins? Why do you think fucking BMWs or Benzes win? Because it's a status symbol. You see what I'm saying? You latch on to a status symbol. And you take it. Here's the thing. It's human nature. This is not directed at anyone specific. No black, no white, no brown, no green. It's human nature. The ego inside of it's the mental nature. Fuck it. It's nature. What do we say, Arjuna? Arjuna, the one who really knows thyself, knows. What does he know? He knows that nature is doing all the doing. Your mind is nature. You think nature is these fucking trees and animals? Your mind is nature itself. Cassandra, peace, peace, peace. Your mind is nature, nigga. Get that understanding. That your mind is nature. Your mind is nature. Excuse me, y'all. Hold up. God damn. God damn. So if we understand and that's what the mind do, all you need to do is understand how the mind plays tricks on you. The mind is tricking you, bro. And over these years, so-called years, there have been people who's come up with concepts of meditation and this and that, of mantras, of sigils. That's because we have the monkey mind. What they call the monkey is jumping from here to here to there. But guess what? The nature of the mind is prakriti. It's prana. What does prakriti do? She's moving. What does Shakti do? She's moving. The nature of the mind is to move. That's the point of the shit. There was a lot packed in that when Krishna spoke to Arjuna and told him that nature is doing all the doing. That's what nature does, dog. Your mind is going to move. What you have to do is learn to not identify with that mind that keeps on bringing up all of these goddamn concepts and fears and doubts. Reality in motion. Reality in motion. When you get these fears, these doubts, these attachments, here's the secret. I'm gonna put it out there. If you identifying as the mind, then you got some detaching to do. When you identify as pure unconditioned consciousness, this cosmic P, when you identify as that, let's see if I got the picture here. When you identify as this cosmic P, you see what I'm saying? If you identify as this cosmic P, guess what? The trick is up, the gig is up. You ain't no detachment. You don't have to practice detachment. There's nothing to detach from, because all is consciousness. All is consciousness. All is the cosmic principle. Pure unconditioned consciousness. What is there to detach from? So what we're switching here is our identification. You already are that. But you have too many identifications laid upon you. The time when you listen to what Zero says. Listen to what the fuck Zero just said. The time when you identify with the cosmic P, death doesn't matter anymore. That which means you are not attached to nothing. You are the deathless and the birthless. You were never born. And you can never die because you were never born. Remember what we studied when we learned about Bina? Is the giver of life and the bringer of death. And that goes for what? Everything after Bina. Everything that comes after Bina. Everything before Bina, no birth, no death. Kether is pure beingness. There's no death or no birth for Kether. There's no death, put it like this, let's go further back to the real principle. There's no birth or death for Aang so far. There's no birth, no death. Because we identify as pure unconditioned consciousness, the cosmic principle. That's all I'm trying to push, help. Because this shit ain't for everybody. This shit ain't for everybody. It's just not. It's just not. And it's not because it's far superior than everything else. No, it's too fucking simple. That's what I think. It's too fucking simple. You know what I'm saying? It's too fucking simple for people to accept. If you just join and hit that like button, like enlightenment, hit that like button. But yeah, we here to talk about that, right? Because that's what enlightenment is. Just, oh, I understand. I'm none of this shit. And I'm all of this shit at the same goddamn time. I'm none of this shit and I'm all of this shit at the same goddamn time. None of this shit has existence outside of me. Not me as the person, but me as pure unconditioned consciousness, me as pure awareness. You're never not in awareness. Now, you could have the medical term as unconscious. That's not true. That is awareness without content. So that's awareness. You're in awareness without pictures, names, forms, functions. It's the same thing in deep sleep. We ran through that in a Dark Veil Lifted video. When you're in deep sleep, the most peaceful sleep you've ever fucking had, where the mind is not active at all, they call that deep sleep. And it's not that you're not in awareness. There, you are in awareness of no thing. Listen, you are in awareness of no thing. You are in awareness of nothing. There is no things to be aware of. It's just blank. Now, that is not pure consciousness by way of understanding Advaita, right? By way of understanding that non-duality. From the mind-body level complex, looking up and trying to understand that, you can say you one step closer. But that's not true, ultimately. But just to get a help for understanding. Bram said, this is what I like, questions. Bram says, how do you realize you're not attached if you're working on non-attachment, like I am? How do you realize that you're not attached? So it's just that. You answered your own question. You just realize it, right? You realize it by understanding what consciousness is, what the ultimate principle is. It's pure awareness. And you realize it by identifying like, I am the true self. The self is what they call it. The self. Awareness. That's the true self. So you realize it by just identifying with that. So now sometimes you may need a little breakdown to understand, because there are questions, right? You may have questions, but like, yeah, I still don't get it. How am I? We have to understand we have a body-mind complex. The body and mind complex is the only thing playing tricks here. It's tricking you into thinking that you are actually attached to things. See, the trick is how you can only get attached to something that's separate from you. Think about that. You can only get attached to things that's separate from you. What is separate from you? Ultimately, nothing is. That's where we're going with this. But our mind makes us think that we are. Right? So the first level is, he said, right, that's it. So the first level is, on this non-dual path, is what they call nati-nati. The negation, the sacred negation. No, yeah, exactly, Bram. You getting it. You getting it. It seems paradoxical, but it's actually not. It seems paradoxical. So, damn, what was I saying, y'all? So the mind gives you the illusion that you're separate from something. That's what the ego does. It says, that is this is that, I am that. But let's go back, right? Let's look at ourselves. When we say, like right now, this is my cup. What have I identified? First, there's a me. First, there's an I. And then we say cup. And we saying it's mine. So what are we saying here? There has to be a separateness between the cup and mine and I. Right? I know we get that. But check this out. My body, my mind, my attachments. There's a separateness between the object that we're talking about and that we're saying is that we're taking ownership of, and then the owner. Who is that owner? Who is that I? That's what we're talking about here. It's so subtle. We do it all day, every moment of our lives. We're just not taught to think in this type of way. We're just not taught to think in this type of way. There has to be a separateness from when I say my cup. There's me, the I, the observer, the knower, and then there's the thing that is known, the cup. And then the ego hops back in and says, mine. I identify as this as being mine and I take ownership. Who is that I? So you were never really attached. That's the mind playing tricks. That's how the mind, that's how Prakriti, that's how the game, that's how the illusion keeps going. That is how you reincarnate. Just that right there. So fucking simple. That's what I'm saying. This shit is simple, but it's difficult because we weren't taught to think like this. Matter of fact, thinking is the exact reason that got us into this shit. Let's see. Hasaja says, in the stillness where nothing is, everything is one. For the void does not divide. It dissolves. Right. The void does not divide. There is no separateness in the void. The void actually means like the vast. Everything, all inclusive. Nothing is outside of it. Everything is within it. Everything gets its existence from it. So he says, right. Beyond the mind's mirror and the world's illusion. Right. See, because if you look at the mirror, here's the thing about the mirror, right? If you look at the mirror, you know the mirror is a reflection of the real you. If you're looking at yourself in the mirror, that's not exactly what you look like. The mirror is giving you a distorted view of yourself. Now we're talking from a mind-body complex. The mirror gives you a distorted view of what you actually look like. You have never really seen yourself in the same way. Let's say me and you are standing face forward. The same way that you see me, I could never see myself like that. Think about that fucking paradox. I've never really seen myself in the same way that you see me. We're still on a mind-body complex. Let's get that understood though. But what we're talking about is how this illusion works. We're still talking about how this illusion works. That's how the mirror works. I've never seen myself. You can see me and I can see you in a way you will never see yourself. So Hassad says, right beyond the mind's mirror in the world's illusion, nothingness reveals the truth. There was never a second to begin with. Facts. Facts, love. Facts. Facts. Remember how it starts. When you start talking, when you start moving, what's the first thing that you say? I. Or as a child, mine. You identify. First, there's an I, right? First, I, then 2, 3, 4. I see him, her, them, and that. I see him, her, them, and that. What are you starting off with? The one. The one creates multiplicities. Woo! The one creates multiplicities. But if you get back to this P, get back to the one, start back identifying with the one, all problems solved. The matrix is figured out. There's no need to fight the matrix. There's no need to fight the mind because it does what it does. What Zero say? It's hard just because reprogramming requires constant remembering and reprogramming. And that's how it all starts off, right? Because once we came into this spirituality, didn't we have to reprogram ourselves? We had to reprogram ourselves. And that's what they call viveka. Viveka, which means discerning. So now we get to discern what's real and what's fake. Now we get to discerning what's real and what's not. What's real is that which does not change. Consciousness doesn't change. You know the mind change. Why? Because you can observe your mind. You have, they say the average person has like fucking 60,000 thoughts a fucking day, nigga. What is that which is observing all those 60,000 fucking thoughts? Now imagine somebody with very bad anxiety and fear and insecurities. They have 10 times more than that. But you can observe the mind. The mind is always changing. And the mind is also where you hold the concepts that you identify with. At first you was a baby. Then you became a teenager. Then you became an adult. Then you become an old person. The body is changing. Sitting here right now, skin cells and blood cells are dying and new ones are being reborn right now. Your emotions change. You're happy, you're mad, you're sad. What is that that's observing all of these things? That's what we're taking identification with. That's the true self. This is knowledge of self. This is the true knowledge of self. It has nothing to do with our ancestors. It has nothing to do with our fucking fourth and fifth dimensions. It has nothing to do with star seeds. It has nothing to do with being a chaos being, a titan, a goddamn brahmachari. It has nothing to do with being a dark side, left-hand path. It has nothing to do with being a right-hand path, love and light. It has nothing to do with being a Wiccan. It has nothing to do with none of that. It's just that simple. And all you have to do is remove the layers from the mind. Because it's already there. You're not on a journey to find this. That's what the mind is making you think you need to do. Because the mind is what? Ragistic. Rajas. It's active. So it wants you to move and do. But all you need, the only doing, if you want to call it a doing, is just removing. Like taking off this shirt. Like taking off this hat. Because you are already it. You just under a whole bunch of what they call sheaths, which means coverings. The Annamaya culture, the Pranamaya culture, the Vijnanamaya culture. You are under these sheaths, the Pranamaya culture. You are not the breath. You can observe the breath. The breath, only thing that's constant about the breath is that it changes. What does they say? The constant principle in the universe. Change. That's Prakriti. That's nature. It fucking changes. And you switch on to observatory mode. So when things change, you're just okay with it. It is what it is. I'm gonna say. And it said in the end, you need to disintegrate the ultimate program of the illusion that you even fucking exist. Now we talking. Because now we talking about nothingness. What this really is nothingness. It's not a thing. We don't even fucking really exist. It never existed. For those that come from the school of Brother Panic, occult lectures, or the Ark of Sophis, or Serious Time Media with Bobby Hemmett, this shit never fucking existed. None of this shit never existed. No face divination. What's happening, man? We just sitting here breaking down the misconceptions, the concepts that we have attached ourselves to on this spiritual journey. That's why I tell y'all, my thing here is, I am about the principles. Let's say if I was talking to my girl about this. Let's say if I want to build a fucking house. If I don't even have a concept of what the fuck a house is, how can I design a house? I can have all the money in the world to get a house built, but if they tell me, but if I tell them I want a special house built, but I don't have a fucking concept of what the house is, I need to have a principle understanding what the fuck a house is. A house has a living room, a house has a fucking bedroom, a house has walls, a house has floors, a house has fucking plumbing, a house has fucking windows. I'm about the principle. I'm about the goddamn principle. I'm about the goddamn principle. I identify with the principle. The ultimate principle, which is the cosmic principle. But if I'm studying other spiritual systems and other what's the name, I'm like, okay, what the fuck are they talking about? That's how I was able to connect chaos and consciousness together. That's how I was able to connect the triple black darkness and consciousness together. That's how I was able to connect the soul and consciousness together. Because I'm trying to get the principle. I'm not trying to learn this shit to be smarter than you. I'm not trying to be smarter than nobody. Smarter than is what you're going to do when you attach yourself to something. Oh, I'm a smart person. My IQ is 560,000. So now you think you're superior than somebody. I don't need that. I only care to have the fucking realization and share it with my people right here, right now, what I'm doing. And that they can have their breakthroughs and realizations. And if y'all are having a difficult time with gaining understanding of it, let me deconstruct some clutter for you. That's it. Ain't nothing special about my mind-body fucking complex. Nothing special about my mind-body complex. That's why you always hear me say, well, shit, really, I don't even fucking identify as an occultist no more. I'm just so used to fucking saying it. Really don't. I identify as this, the cosmic P. Pure unconditioned consciousness. Pure awareness. No thingness. No thing. Huh? While everybody else is identifying with an earring, a necklace, a watch, gold teeth, a bracelet, an anklet, I'm identifying with fucking gold. Because none of those could exist. None of those pieces of jewelry could fucking exist without gold. While everybody identifying as a big wave, a little wave, a whirlpool, or whatever, I'm identifying as the fucking ocean. Fuck all that shit. I'm identifying with the fucking principle. I'm identifying with the principle. Identify with the zero, right? Damn, I missed your other comments. I think more and more persons are getting the P. I saw some great examples recently. Oh yeah, send me some then. Send me some, Zero. Send me some. If it's possible to send me, like if you've seen it like on in person or if you've seen it like on social media, send me some. No face, they says facts. Real. Zero says I identify with the zero. That's why I always love the term. Nothingness. Nothingness. And if y'all remember, goddamn, you want to talk about some real advanced shit? Sri Maharaj. That's some real advanced shit. That's the last step of this consciousness shit. He even went beyond consciousness. Like, but I know we all not ready for that type of shit yet. We're not ready for that type of shit yet. He went basically what I've known, what from me understanding the occult, he's identifying with Ain. As in Ain Sof, and Ain Sofar. You know, Ain, A-I-N, is that middle point. Pure nothingness. Negative, the negative itself. That's what he identifying as. Because that's what you are. It's not that he's identifying with it and we not or you not. No, that's ultimately what the fuck you are. Basically what he's saying is, for you to be aware of anything, there has to be a point where you are aware of nothing. There is nothing to be aware of. So there is no awareness, ultimately. Before you come into awareness, there's something prior to that. There has to be something which is the primal ignorance. Ooh. Sri Maharaj is no joke. And he, listen, I talk nice. Y'all think I be fired up because I'm passionate to talk about this shit? I talk nice. He talk like your old drunk uncle with no teeth, like, nah, I done told you. You are pure consciousness. And you keep coming here asking about these goddamn questions. Don't come here no more. I done told you. You are pure consciousness. You are pure awareness. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to get it. You're not trying to get it. Get the fuck out. Yeah. And I can understand. That's why Brother Panic used to talk the same way he used to talk. He used to snap on niggas coming in there asking him about, what are you thinking about the moon in Aquarius? And what does that have to do with Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton? And that the ultimate Babylon is about to fall. Panic be like, what the fuck? Why the fuck are you asking me? I don't fucking know. You motherfuckers still ain't getting this shit. I've been doing this shit 15 goddamn years, and you niggas still ain't getting this shit. Which I feel like he could have had some little grace, because some of them people be new, and they don't be knowing. But I can understand you do this shit for so fucking long. He said Bobby Hemming felt the same way. But Bobby Hemming continued. Niggas ain't getting it. It's very little people that was getting it. It's very little people that was getting what the fuck Bobby was saying, bro. And this is not even on no... I got it, bro. I understood what Bobby was saying. And I'm not... listen, because y'all know on my story, on my shorts, I created an AI image of Bobby Hemming and put his real voice in a real clip from one of his videos. And people like, I don't like this. It's just dehumanizing Bobby Hemming and how great he was. And how this and Bobby Hemming was this and so great. And Bobby Hemming was this. And why are you doing that to Bobby Hemming? This is disrespectful. You are the same niggas that he was talking about. He would have called y'all as Hemites. Stop following. He said, don't follow me to the goddamn bathroom. You attaching yourself to liking his mind-body complex. You liked him as a person, which I did too. But I know that's separate from what he was teaching. See, I have a personality here. You need to separate my personality and my ego, my personal identification system, from the fucking message. I'm telling you right here while I'm still alive. Separate the goddamn two. It's a message that's being delivered here that's speaking directly to your soul. Take that. And if we become cool in real life, so the fuck be it. But the biggest thing that you need to take from here is the fucking message, man. Not me as a fucking person. So when I die, and if they create a fucking AI robot of me, so the fuck what? I don't give a fuck. I never existed. Come on, man. If this nigga Bobby Hemming telling you that none of this shit never fucking happened, who the fuck gives a fuck if you making a fucking AI video of him with the same message? With his voice, the shit that he said. I didn't create some fake shit and say some shit that I said. Who the fuck gives a fuck? But that's the problem. We have personal identification problems. We got personal identification problems with the mind-body complex. That's what he meant when niggas is not ready for it. That's what Sri Maharaj is saying when people ain't ready for this nothingness state prior to consciousness. Niggas ain't ready for it. That's what they mean in a Kabbalah when Dion Fortune said you ain't gonna be able to make it up to Kether. You ain't gonna be able to make it up to Kefir because you got too much motherfucking identifications. You got too much ego. You have too much ego. You'll put on too many clothes. You're too heavy. You're too top heavy. You're not ready for it. And I'm speaking to in general. Cause my niggas on this motherfucker, like, bruh, y'all been getting shit. And I can tell by the way that you talk. You getting the shit. It don't give a fuck if you beginner. You couldn't be able to even hear this shit if you weren't meant to hear this shit, if you weren't destined to hear this shit. That's what I know. And the reason I keep doing, even though, shit, I don't really see too many people on YouTube doing it that's American, let alone so-called black. And it's not popular. So I'm not doing it for the likes and the views. I'm doing it because this is the truth. This is the ultimate truth. So I keep pushing it because all it needs to do is leave a mental impression. I understand the power of a mental impression. That's what's keeping your ass reincarnated. The power of mental impression. Because what's ultimately incarnated? Nothing but the fucking mind. Nothing but the fucking elementals. The mind ain't nothing but elementals on the pendulum swing of the three gunas. Understand that, man. Like I said, if you want to know real deep detail about elementals who helped me out, Travis motherfucking Majors. Take your ass over there and take his course. Please. It helped me understand the elementals on another level. But I may have learned, the way our mind, our mental temperament, and our mental impressions are set up, I may grasp something totally different from what you grasp from it. Zero may grasp something totally different. Hasaja may grasp something totally different. And every last one of us are grasping it, though. That's what helped me understand that the mind is the elementals. The mind is nature. The mind is the matrix. The mind is Maya. Stop identifying with those things. When you learn there's nothing to detach from, you will understand that you don't have an attachment problem. And it will play out in your character once you really get it. Because I've been having challenging, and I like to be vulnerable here. I've been having challenging conversations with my woman. And I check and observe myself. Some shit 5 years ago that we having a conversation about, I would have had an emotional response right here in my gut. Solar plexus, whatever the fuck it's called. I'm not even having them to certain things that would have fucking bruised me. Now I'm having more of an observatory understanding of my mind. Zero says, you don't cross Dayat with that. You don't cross Doth or Dayath with that extra fucking weight. You can't. And you won't get no goddamn where. That's why majority of your people don't. This spiritual shit is entertainment. Matter of fact, I think Mirage called that shit. He said the game is spirituality. Or he said spirituality is a game and the game is playing cards. It's just like playing cards. No Face Divination says same. Feel you. Like, come on, man. These are people who's doing the real fucking work. And not just because they on my fucking YouTube, but there's obviously other people. But these are people who's really having a realization here. You gotta check yourself, bro. And that's just on a mind-body complex to be, if we want to be quite honest. You gotta check yourself, though. You ain't checking yourself. We don't check ourselves on why do I feel like let's lose relationship. Why do I feel like my woman should be like that? Why do I feel like I should be like that? She has to do the same shit. She has to check herself. Why does she feel like her man needs to be this way and do these certain things? Why does she feel like that? I'm telling you, bro, switch observer mode on, bro. Switch that observer mode on and observe this shit. And discern. Use discernment, man. Because your beliefs are not real, they change. At once, as a child, you believe all food had magically appeared in a goddamn refrigerator. That's where your parents always went to. And then you grew up and figured out, oh no, these motherfuckers gotta go to work hard to get this goddamn food, to get the money, to get the food. You see what I'm saying? Your beliefs not real. They're beliefs. Literally. What does that mean? That means there's room for fucking doubt. Ultimately, some doubt sits in there. They fucking beliefs. And this is what we're talking about when we're talking about pure unconditioned consciousness. Listen. You don't have to have a belief. It's your everyday fucking experience we're talking about here. You don't have to learn a whole bunch of concepts and move up the ladder in some spiritual system to get this. It's your everyday fucking reality. It's your everyday goddamn reality. Matter of fact, it is reality itself. What's up? Somebody hit me with some questions, y'all. If it ain't none of this, hopefully y'all ready for this new book read. Where it's at. Hopefully y'all ready for this new book read. This is what we read next. This is what we read next, y'all. And we starting this Sunday. We started off with a beginner friendly book by OG Swami Vivekananda, Gyung Yoga, right? We started off with Gyung Yoga, which is a beginner-friendly introduction to understanding Brahman, or pure unconditioned consciousness. Now we're about to step it up. It's about to get a little bit more with concepts, but like, check this out. With these concepts, we're actually going to be deconstructing our personal concepts. It's a paradox, but rock with me. This is what we read in Sunday. No games being played. We stepping full on foot on the gas. If I could say advanced shit, I would say this is advanced beginner advanced type shit from the shit that I read. I already told y'all who got the top advanced shit. Maharashi and Maharaj and Ashtakiva and Sankharya. I can't say his name. Somebody hit me with some questions, y'all. What we doing? Somebody hit me with some questions. Anything. Hit me with some questions. My copy on the way. Say less, cosmic motherfucking puzzle piece. Putting shit back together with the cosmic P. What's happening, dog? There is no self and no other. Who is it that seeks to understand nothingness? And what is it that is being understood? Is that a question? I'm sorry. I don't know if that's a question. I think that's a statement. If there is no self and no other, who is it that seeks to understand nothingness? And what is it that is being understood? That's purely the mind. That's purely the mind. That's purely the ego. And that's what we get to talking about. That's what we get to talking about a spiritual journey. Because you think you're seeking something. It's because you think you're looking for something. You're not looking for nothing. You're already that something. That's who's seeking. And that's why they say there is no journey. There is no liberation. There is no bondage. You are liberation itself. You are liberation itself. There's nothing to seek. There's just something to recognize. It's like me looking for my hat. Like, damn, where my hat go? Damn, where my hat go? Damn, where my hat is? Damn, I can't find my hat. Damn, I can't find my hat. You the one that started creating something, a journey to look for something. The hat has been here the whole fucking time. You seen it, niggas looking for their phone with their phone in their hand. Ultimately, they're looking, but that's because of ignorance. They forgot. They're ignorant of who they are, or ignorant of what's in their hand, or ignorant of what's on top of their head. They don't know. The mind doesn't know. The mind doesn't know. So you're not looking for shit. It's already here. You're already it. So that's the one who's looking and trying to understand, where's my phone? Where's my hat? Where's my keys? They're in your fucking hand. They're in your fucking pocket. Zero says, when you realize the ultimate P, you think manifester. What do you, I didn't get that question, Zero. Hasaja says, hers coming the week after, though. Okay, that's cool. As long as that motherfucker coming. Because it is a manual. Okay. Is it easier because the main principle of manifestation is understand you are the operant power? Hold up. When you realize the ultimate P, do you think the manifester is easier? Oh, like manifesting is easier because the main principle of manifestation is understanding you are the operant power. I would say yes. I would say yes, and I would say no. Now, there's a dualistic answer here. Let's speak from a higher level of consciousness first, right? So if consciousness is the source of all things, what is there to manifest? It's already manifested. Now Zero, now we getting into free will, right? Now we getting into destiny, which I had a realization over this past week when I was out in Hawaii with my woman. I ain't gonna go too deep into detail. Damn, I'm getting a lot of questions. Okay, hold up. Then I go back into detail about it. I don't want to get too deep in detail because it's really personal. But a while back, I had a dream called 222, about 5 years ago. I've been trying to understand it and decode it. And you know, sometimes the harder you work at shit, the further it moves away from you. Or who's to say it wasn't meant for me to understand? Then I have a breakthrough 5 years later on my 34th birthday, which is the number 7, right? Okay, no coincidence. And my woman shows up wearing a goddamn shirt that says 222 alignment. Come on. But no, not just that. Over the past month, for some reason, this dream has been on my mind. I ain't thought about it in years. I always remembered it. Never forget it. I ain't thought about it in a while. But for some reason, here she go showing up with the number 222 alignment on the shirt. Now, events occurred during this time last week that I'm not going to go into deep detail about because it's personal. But who's to say? It's all destined. From a pure consciousness aspect. It just is, and it already is. Now, if we come from the mind-body complex where we're used to doing in spirituality to manifest something to come true, that's ultimately in the mind. If you believe it, you're going to achieve it. It's that simple. If you believe it, you're going to achieve it. Now, you can deal with working with gods, or you can skip the middleman and go directly to the source. Pure existence itself, which is consciousness, which is you, Sat Chit Ananda. Existence, consciousness, bliss. Go straight to the goddamn source. This movie is still what the fuck it is. It's still that movie. So if you want these characters in your movie, if you want these items, such as money, such as love, you're going to get that. You're going to get that. So let's see what Cosmic Puzzle Piece say. How do you bring yourself back to the self when in a stressful state? Now, here's the thing. Okay, great question, Cosmic Puzzle Piece. So if you have, what's a stressful? What's fucking stressful? Let's get down to that. What is stressful? Matter of fact, where is stress happening at? Stress is happening in the mind. Stress is happening in the mind. If we understand the principle of the mind, what does the mind do? It's a monkey mind, right? It hops from here to there, 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 here to there. It'll create a thought. Mind is nothing but thoughts. Let's keep it 100. So the mind ultimately don't exist. It's nothing but a bundle of thoughts. So thoughts on top of thoughts on top of thoughts. You have one thought about, damn, this is going bad. Then another thought like, damn, if this is going bad, then it's going to make this go bad. Then here's another thought. And those two things go bad, which is going to make this go bad. I'm going to lose my house. I'm going to lose my car. I'm going to lose my job. That's the trick. You have to be able to switch to observer mode. I've been finding this like slight little silence when I have those thoughts. You don't have to fight the mind, right? When I find this slight little silence where I can just observe those thoughts. It's the same thing like an itch. Those itches start happening, and the longer the more intense you ignore it, it goes the fuck away. Here's the thing, Cosmic Puzzle Piece. You black. Us as niggas, we done been through so much if we want to identify as the black culture. When we start ignoring shit, if you grew up low income, niggas ignore bills and live their life, have a party, do this and do that and still be happy, ignoring those goddamn bills. It's the same goddamn thing. Ignoring those thoughts, right? Let those thoughts take their course. If there's something you can immediately do that's in your control, like let's say you're in a stressful situation like you got a flat tire, don't sit there and fucking panic about having a flat tire. Do what the fuck you can do. Like I changed my first flat tire at fucking 30 or 29. I didn't know how to do it. I'm on a highway in Atlanta. I don't live in Atlanta. I'm on a highway in Atlanta on the side in fucking traffic. Something says, whip out the YouTube. This is what we use discernment in. This is where you use the mind to. Whip out YouTube. Look up my model of my car. Go in my trunk. I got a spare tire and I put my fucking tire on by my goddamn self. If there's something you can do in the immediate, let the body and mind work itself. Ignore those thoughts that's trying to instill fear. Pull yourself back to pure awareness. Observe those thoughts. Just observe them, bro. You don't have to do anything about those thoughts that's building up other thoughts. And the more we do this, the more the mind will dissolve. The more those situations will dissolve. Let me know if that answered your question, Cosmic Puzzle Piece. Real shit. And I don't want you to be like, okay, yeah, I got it. And still a part of you is not. And I'm not saying that you're not at that level. I just want to make sure I'm making it clear because this can also help somebody else. Gaia the Sage. Peace. Gaia says, when I remember that truth itself is manipulation due to our transjective experience of reality, I realize my insanity of being a philosopher. Then I go back and dive in again. Moth Ra, what's happening? Zero says, thank you, that helped me a lot. Coop TGS says, been having major breakthroughs this week. No words can describe. That's the type of shit I'm talking about, Coop. I was looking for you to pop in on the live too, my guy. Appreciate you for showing up. And that's what I love to hear, bro. That's what I love to hear. Major breakthroughs. Okay, Cosmic Puzzle Piece says, I try to fight the mind with the mind, and it fucks me up. I get tricked into thinking I'm the mind. See, guess what, though? Cosmic Puzzle Piece. Guess what, though? You answering your shit. Within your answer, you're showing me that you get it. And that's the trick. All you need to do is see the manipulation. Then you beyond the manipulation. Stop moving. You don't. Here's the thing. You don't see that the fucking ocean is literally sucking everybody back down into the ocean and drowning them, and then get in the ocean. You see what I'm saying? That's what we're doing. That's the mind. You don't see that everybody's fucking drowning literally as they step into the water, and then you step into the water and be like, oh, I'm finna solve it by doing the same thing that they doing. No, you don't solve it like that. You observe it. If you want to help those people, you observe a methodology that you observe what's happening. And what's happening in this case, we're talking about your mind. What's happening, what's doing all the activity here is the mind. You want to observe the mind and what it's doing. Because, Cosmic Puzzle Piece, you are a motherfucker if there was a high order. You are a motherfucker of that high order. So you understand this shit. You just got to move with that being. You have to move with that knowing that the mind is trying to do shit. It's trying to trick, because that's how it keeps you caught into the matrix, by giving you shit to worry about. It gives you shit to worry about. So when you understand that, don't worry. Don't fucking worry. Don't fucking worry, bro. That's what's been happening with me. I'm only telling you what my experience is. I observe those thoughts. Remember, I did a live video where I told y'all, nigga, I got 4 tickets in a week. 5, nigga. All of them $250, $260. And then I got a $59 ticket for parking at the airport. I had to go take a shit. Came outside, motherfucker, write me a ticket. Son of a bitch. And guess what? Like I was telling my girl, she was thinking something else. And I'm like, I'm not tripping. This shit is an illusion. Because what? Prakriti is the doer. Prakriti is going to give you something to worry about. Listen to me, Cosmic Puzzle Piece. It's going to give you every time, forever and ever. It's going to give you shit to worry about. Guess what? I got 3 of them dismissed already. I got 3 of the tickets dismissed already. No payments. It was an illusion months ago. And I'm not going to tell you I didn't have the thought like, damn. But when I had that thought like, damn, it's like instantly after that, I let it go. I had that reaction and I let it go. I had the, listen to me. I had the reaction of those things that can cause stressors and I let it go. That's the trick. That's the trick. That's the trick, Cosmic Puzzle Piece. Well, Hassan to say, don't worry, be happy. That's it. That's it. Cosmic Puzzle Piece say, damn, I really need to hear that shit. Facts, bro. And that's what I mean, bro, when I say it's simple. Because, like, what happens normally in the spiritual community, let me go get a candle, let me go get a ritual and get and work and do a ritual for peace. You working up and doing so much shit and getting so many concepts, and then when it don't work, you see what I'm saying? Or then when it do work, you get so attached to it. Think Trav said this shit. Matter of fact, me and Trav had this conversation before. You get to a certain level where that shit don't work no more. If there was levels. But you get to a certain, let's just use that. You get to a certain realization that them old tricks don't work no more. You a new dog trying to use old tricks. It don't work no more. Old tricks, new dog. You're sick of them. Don't work no more. You are beyond all of that. And as you continuously do that, the contents of the mind will no longer take that effect on you no more. I'm not telling you what I read. I'm telling you what I have experienced, my nigga. I have moved beyond having to do rituals. Listen to my words. Having to do rituals. If I want to do one, why the fuck can't I? I'm pure unconditioned consciousness. You see what I'm saying? This is all a play. This is all a game. This is a cinema. This is HBO Max. And I can put whatever the fuck I want on my channel. Mothra says, so the mind isn't real. Facts. That's what I'm saying. Are emotions real? None of those are real. Those are based off, because think about, how do you get emotions? First, you have a thought. Based off of that thought triggers a memory. Memories are nothing but thoughts. So basically that thought triggers a counter thought. And those thoughts bring up something from the past that has an emotional response, that has an emotional signature to it. It conjures up something from the past. right? It conjures up something from the past. And then you have the reaction of an emotion. Think about that. First you, let's say I'm walking down the street, walking down the street, and I see a fucking nigga with a gun pointing a gun at me. Have you ever pointed a gun at a dog? Have you ever pointed a gun at a cat? Have you ever pointed a gun at a bird? They don't run. They don't get emotional. Why is that? Their mind does not recognize that that is something that will end their fucking life. It's all in the mind. The mind is not real. Your emotion is not real. I'm not telling you to walk around, please, because I know people will twist and tie my words. I'm not telling you to walk around and act as if you don't have emotions. On the mind-body complex, yes, emotions are very fucking real. They're very fucking real. And you need to understand that those are signals. Those are signals to let you know that there's something that's being triggered. When I say triggered, I don't mean triggered as in I'm triggered like I'm pissed off. There's something that's being triggered that's sending off a response back from the mind down to the body. So there's a memory there. When you get emotions, you understand that there's a memory there. And if you are on this level of understanding, I hate using word levels, but if that's the best way to explain it. If you are on this level of understanding, then you understand that I am not the body, not the mind, and I'm not my emotions. You observe the emotions. Damn, why did that emotion pop up? Why did I feel that way? If I ultimately know that I'm not the mind, not the body, what spawned that emotional response? That's all you need to motherfucking understand. And that itself, if we want to talk detachment, will start helping you to detach yourself from those things. I love when y'all ask questions. Because sometimes I be like, what? I'm just talking. No face differentiation says it really don't work anymore. Oh, you talking about magic once you get to that point. Yeah, bro. That shit don't work no more. Shit don't work no more. Shit don't work no more, man. So we're going to run that back from the beginning. What do we say at the beginning? A real true ego death is stop taking identification with names, forms, and functions. Yes, that includes all your spiritual systems. Yes, that includes all the spiritual levels that we were told. Yes, that includes I'm a man, I'm a woman. Yes, that includes I'm divine masculine, divine feminine. Yes, that includes, oh, I'm a fucking this or I'm a fucking that. I'm a fucking occultist, dark side. I'm a fucking right-hand path, love and light. That includes all of that. I'm a Cancer, I'm an Aquarius. Listen, I am not telling you to not know that. Those things can be very useful and appropriate if you know how to use them. But if you're going to walk around and say, oh, I can't, like, let's say this, I'm a man. I can't let my woman pay for anything for me. Men don't do that. Fuck shit. Bullshit. Right? So, I'm a woman. I'm a woman. I can't be with no man who don't pay 100% of the bills. If the situation that you're in and you in love with somebody and that persists to be that and that's what it is, are you more worried about having a real lover in a partnership, or are you more worried about getting out of survival mode? Or staying in survival mode, because that's the survival mode thing. Same thing for men. What if your woman make more than you? Are you attached to this identity of a man that you can't buy all of this shit? Do you feel less than because you can't buy your woman all this shit? Okay? That's what I'm talking about. Heavy identification. Oh, I'm a Cancer. I can't deal with no fucking Scorpios. If you that fucking attached, oh, it's Venus Day, I need to wear the color red. If I don't wear the fucking color red on the day of Venus, then my day's not gonna go right. If I don't do my Venus ritual, then I'm out of alignment. This is what I'm saying. That's the attachment that I'm talking about. Oh, I'm a Moor and I don't deal with the white cracker. Oh, I'm a occultist. I ain't touching no goddamn Bible. This is what I'm talking about. Okay? This is detaching from the ego. This is dissolving the ego. This is murdering the ego. Now you see all is one. Y'all been following me. Y'all been on my YouTube. Y'all done watch me. You seen it. That's how I move. I don't see you as separate as me. I don't see me as superior to you. Anybody that's treating you like that, anybody that's talking like that, yes, I talk shit because I know this shit that I know. And that's just the personality that I incarnated with. But I'm never, ever saying I'm pure consciousness. You niggas not. You niggas got to get it from me or you ain't got shit. Nigga, I'm the only one doing this shit. And you niggas can't get it if you don't get it from me. If anybody's moving with that type of talk, boy, they seriously connected to the mind and the body. Do you think we can or should prevent having reactions? Give me more context. Reactions to what? Because, no disrespect, but if I walk up right now and slap the shit out of you, you're going to have a reaction. I'm definitely not going to slap the shit out of you, but you know, I have to give an extreme, a fucking extreme example. You're going to have a reaction. You see what I'm saying? Nigga, fuck it. A nigga walk up and pistol whip your goddamn mama. You should have a fucking, on a mind-body complex, fuck that, have a reaction. Oh no, I'm pure unconditioned consciousness. No. Have a fucking reaction. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Cosby said, good answer. Asad just said, my man got me flowers. Okay, let me stop trolling. If your man got you flowers, he love you. Because niggas don't even do that no more. Even if he just tried to. Niggas don't even do that no more. You know what I'm saying? It be the little things, man. It be the little things, man. Because my woman so goddamn A1. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. And we still working through this process of getting to know each other, and we check each other egos. If I had to give any relationship advice, get with somebody who can check your ego. Don't get with nobody, as a man, don't get with nobody who just keeps pumping your ego up. What do I mean by that? Keep pumping your fucking ego up. That just keeps keeps trying to concrete the fact that, oh, you're the dominant man, or what am I trying to say? Hold up. Oh, you so perfect. Oh, so you so this. Ain't nobody fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you the perfect. You a man. You take care of the home. You take care of the family. You pay all the bills. Don't pump my ego up like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying don't acknowledge the shit. That's not what I'm saying. But like, you get in relationships where they just pump you up. Pump up your ego instead of checking your ego. Pump up your ego by, oh, whatever you say is right. Hell no, I want my woman to check me. If I'm wrong, hell no, let me the fuck know. You may see something that I don't see. Not just because I'm a motherfucking man, everything I say is right. And that's the way we need to go. Sometimes I can still disagree with what you say, because I still see it in this aspect. But that doesn't mean stop telling me. Sometimes I may say some shit that's out of line, and I may say some shit that's filled up with my ego. I need my woman to check me. Why do you feel like that? What made you say that? That's top tier for me. I don't know what nobody else wants. I mean, my woman already beautiful. That's fucking perfect. But on top of that, we have these very uncomfortable fucking conversations. Very uncomfortable. Very fucking uncomfortable. That makes you kind of like cringe on the inside. But it's getting down to the root. It's deconstructing his ego, buddy. Ascension Ave. Peace, dragon nigga. Cause my lady ground my ass every time. I think I'm high level popping. I love that shit. See what I'm saying? That's the type of shit I'm talking about. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, we still human, so stroke the ego a little bit. But don't stroke it so goddamn much that a nigga can fuck around and grow attachment to things like that. You know what I'm saying? Your ass need to be put in your place. Not in that aspect, but your ass need to have some realization of what the fuck the ultimate reality is about yourself. And now we're talking on the mind-body complex, right? We're talking on the mind and body complex. So don't come over here trying to boost me because you feel like I'm smart. Like, I dealt with women like that. And I know how ultimately, once you go through, oh, he's so smart and spiritual, and I love a spiritual man, he understands and he gets it. But when it's come to time to have these real deal uncomfortable conversations, you feel attacked. See what I'm saying? Which is still happens, but you know what I'm saying? But like, what I value about my woman is she doesn't give up. She's like, oh, I ain't taking this shit, hang up. Oh, I ain't taking this shit and walk off on me. I'm done, I quit, I give up. Because we are disruptors of the old order and builders of a new order over here in my life with my woman. That's why I say, listen, my woman don't get princess treatment. She get treatment of a fucking queen, even though we more than that. But let's just use this as an analogy. My woman get the treatment of a fucking queen, of one who bears responsibility to know thyself. We don't get to just throw temper tantrums and fits. And it's okay, baby. It's okay, baby. It's okay, baby. No, let's check that. Why did you throw that tantrum? Same thing to me. Why did I throw that tantrum? Why did I get an attitude? Why did I feel some type of way? Why did you? And from an ego perspective, the ego feel like it's being checked. It feel like it's being put under pressure. It feels like it's being attacked. When that's not the case. We deconstructing that ego because we have mental impressions from our family, from our parents, from our society, from our communities, from our past religions. We have to deconstruct these things to be more holistic in a relationship. There's my relation. What No Face Divination just say? Unconditional fucking love. Under no conditions. Under no fucking conditions. We're deconditioning ourselves to make it an unconditional love. Why? Because we are unconditioned consciousness. My niggas. No Face Divination. Can't erase the place. Coop TGS says, honestly, it gets to the point where stuff people say they usually will trigger you, but it gets to the point where they are just making sounds with their mouths. Facts, bruh. Facts, bruh. Facts, bro. People get triggered by the meaning they choose to put on things. Man, I just put that on my story. Like, what did bro say? He said, people always say, damn, I can't even go to my story. People always complain about, it's your tone, the way you said to me. Watch the way you talk to me. Watch the way you talk to me. But nobody ever checks themselves and like, damn, what if I'm hearing what this person is saying from my current emotional state? What if you're hearing what a person is saying from your current emotional state? Well, you might be in an emotional state of pity for yourself. You might be in an emotional state of sadness and feeling attacked and fear and stress. So you're hearing from that perspective. That's what I understand. Like, when I watch my videos, I be like, God damn, if I was somebody else, I'd fuck with this nigga. But some people may hear my videos like, that nigga think he this, that nigga think he that, that nigga think he that. What level of perspective are you hearing this shit from? Nobody ever checks themselves. That's what I'm talking about when I say it. Observe. Observe the mind, your emotions, your one-sided opinions. My woman has checked me on that or led me to checking myself on that. And sometimes it happened in a moment and I don't say nothing. I might take a day or two and come back. If I can't check it on my own, I may have to bring it to her. Like, hey, baby, I'm feeling like this, and I don't know why, but I think it's this, and I think it's that. And we break down and go through that shit, y'all. We can't be having for relationships. We on relationships now. We can't be having these old school ass relationships. I grant. Because listen, check this out. Here's the thing: men are actually accepting that they have a fucking set of emotions. Over the years and times, men had no fucking emotions. Go work. What the fuck? Go fucking work. Go make the money. Go pay the fucking bills. Men are coming to understand that we have emotions, and we learning how to redo these motherfuckers. We learn how to get these emotions together. We learning that we actually have fucking emotions, and we trying to figure this shit out. Hold up, y'all. So men are trying to figure this shit out. That's what I'm seeing. They calling men sassy and shit. But now that we come with fucking regulations like women have been coming with, and we say, hey, like, don't do this or don't do that, or we don't want this type of woman that's this and this and that. I agree. Some niggas just have so much shit that's like unrealistic. Like a lot of women have unrealistic expectations. You know what I'm saying? So men have unrealistic expectations as well. So some shit I be like, nigga, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you tripping. But here's the thing: we're coming into a realization that we actually have emotions and that we're trying to pay attention to them. Because we've been taught men don't cry as a boy. Quit all that crying like a little girl. Quit crying like a little motherfucking girl. You ain't no little girl. Boys don't cry. Men don't cry. What you doing all that crying for? So we taught from the jump to have all our emotions bottled in. You see what I'm saying? We taught to have our emotions bottled in. That ain't the case. That ain't the case no more. Men are coming into full awareness of what the fuck it is. Now y'all finna go into this gas station with me. Men have come into awareness of what the fuck it really is, and we got it. But niggas trying to figure it out. Same thing with women. Women still trying to figure they shit out. You know what I'm saying? Women still trying to figure they shit out. Cool TGS says, like Funkadelic, program, deprogram, reprogram. Pump five. Probably about 15 on pump five. So that's what we doing. We deprogramming. We letting all that shit fall down, fall to pieces, bro, and building it up off this peak, off this cosmic principle. Damn, what pump? Oh shit, you niggas still here? Some of y'all still here, but yeah, my phone went fucking dead inside the goddamn gas station. I was on 5%, and then that shit dropped down to like fucking 1% ASAP, and then just completely turned off. But hell yeah, y'all. We basically gonna end it right here, man. This Sunday, remember what book we're reading. Let's see. Let's pull it up. And what a picture is. This is what we will be reading Sunday. We back at it again. So for y'all that's catching this now on a replay, this is what we're doing. All right. The nectar of non-duality. Appreciate y'all for showing up and hitting that like button and rocking out with the Glock out. And as always, stand on principle, stand on purpose. That's our standard operating procedure. What's the procedure? To always be in observation mode. Just observe your thoughts, your one-sided opinions, your emotions, and whatever that you believe is around you. Hint, hint, the illusion, the matrix, the world. Dig that. Much love, y'all. As always, no obstacles will apprehend you prosper over pain. There are no obstacles, only opportunities for you to prosper. And prosper is not just about getting money. It's about also about you coming to awareness of the true self, the cosmic motherfucker prince.